These kind of videos always trigger people for some reason. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's just going to be a prediction video. Obviously, there will be a bit of bias because it's kind of inevitable at the end of the day. Alright, so to start things off, which cards should get banned? I can tell you for certain that a lot of people will be celebrating the death of Mystic Mine. If this card can get finally banned in the next ban list, it's one of the most hated cards to ever exist in the history of Yu-Gi Mons. It kind of just doesn't really promote any back and forth Yu-Gi-Oh! It's really just you activate it, and if your opponent doesn't have an out, he's most likely decking out. However, sometimes it can be used as a tempo card, where you're really just using it to buy yourself some time so that you can combo off eventually and unbrick. So there are some good arguments for the card, but because of the fact that the card literally just makes you win on the spot if you resolve it, and you can even protect it with some bullshit like Beat Cop, kind of deserves to finally die after freaking 3 years. It can be argued, like I said, that it adds an additional dimension of deck building and preparation and only punishes the people who don't really want to respect the card at all. But, I mean, is this really a solid enough argument? You let me know in the comment section below. Alright, next up on the ban list radar is a card that also had relevance ever since it got printed in just Yu-Gi-Oh! Overall, so in the OCG and in the TCG, and right now it's banned in the OCG, and that would be Crystron Needlefiber. By unbanning Needlefiber, we also allow the other tuners that got banned because of it to get unbanned, so Glow Up Bulb with Blackwing Steam the Cloak and Mecha Phantom Beast Olion. That would be nice because we would be losing one card, but we will be getting back 3 cards, which could help some other decks, like, I don't even know at this point, but there are definitely a few things that you can do with Blackwing Steam the Cloak. Yeah, definitely don't sleep on that possibility. But yeah, Needlefiber is just a little degenerate right now, even though it's not as insane as it used to be. You can still summon Jet Synchron, make Dagda, and that's basically just a 1-card Baron and Scythe on your opponent's turn. Even outside of those dynamics, you can still do some nasty things like summon the Red Rose Dragon. Even if you're just summoning Gamma and then using it as a synchro material with Chaos Ruler to make Baron, that's already good enough. And yeah, it's always the default option for every single deck that can actually play tuners, so I don't know, maybe it's time for a change? We never know, it can be argued. But yeah, that's basically all I had for the ban section because I didn't really believe that it would be strategically wise for Konami, from a business perspective, to ban the new cards that Splight and Tearlaments are utilizing, such as Toad and whatever other Tearlaments monsters that they could be running, so I think that should be enough in order to at least balance out the format a little bit. It can definitely be argued that Call by the Grave could get banned or could go back to 3, it really depends on your take on the card. Some people always get triggered when I say Call by the Grave should get banned or should go to 3. They always only hear 50% of what I say. So yeah, it really is kind of similar to Maxi to a certain extent. It just isn't the kind of card that is healthy at 1. Maybe at 2 it could be decent, but 1 is just awful, man. The first card I would like to see limited would be Water Enchantress or Rite of Aramesia. I believe that it's actually very logical for Konami to hit one of these cards because the Brave token is also another one of those default options that people are always trying to go for whenever there is a new archetype or theme that could be potentially playable in the competitive metagame. They're always trying to incorporate every single good engine, and if you're nerfing that engine just a tiny little bit to make it a little less splashable and a little more punishing for people who only want to, abuse the 1-card combo, it might actually help balance things out because you're not really killing anything. You can still get your Omni Negate with Griffin. It's just that now you're going to be having to deal with the worst ratios of more bricks for the, for less good cards, if that makes any sense. There is also a world in which Orchest Harp Horror could get unbanned. I don't think Thunder Dragon Colossus will get unbanned, but Harp Horror to 1 could make sense. I mean, Orchest literally saw like 0 tops in the last freaking year or 2 years. I know a lot of Orchest players will be extremely happy with that one, and it kind of makes sense, but Colossus getting unbanned, a little scary, but at the same time, everybody now has access to Zeus, so a Beals and a Mistake at the same time might not be as annoying as it used to be. And unbanning Electrum also makes a lot of sense because it could actually boost the new Valiance, I think that's the name of the deck, the Valiance archetype, which is a Pendulum deck, and of course, Konami has been trying to push Pendulums a little bit in the last ban list, with like Monkey Board getting unbanned, Skullcrobat Joker finally being a 3, so if Konami wants to sell Pendulum product in the future, unbanning Electrum is definitely the way to go. Alright, for the semi-limited section, I don't think this is gonna happen, but I think maybe Change of Heart could actually go to 2, similarly to how they, progressively unbanned and unlimited Skullcrobat Joker. So it went from 0 to 1, and then 1 to 2, and then 2 to 3. So Change of Heart might be the same thing, and it might end up being just like Regeki, where the card basically went from 1 to 3, and nobody's really playing Regeki anyways, and Change of Heart, even though it's a really cute card, really nostalgic, and actually pretty relevant, it's not super broken, and you might as well play Dark Ruler over Change of Heart. Finally, for the unlimits, I could honestly see Fusion Destiny getting unlimited because heroes could actually benefit from a third copy of Fusion Destiny since Anaconda is banned anyways, so Phoenix Enforcer is a little less splashable. And if you really want to splash Fusion Destiny package in your, let's say, Sky Striker deck, you are going to have to deal with the bricks, whereas in Destiny Heroes, they're not actual bricks. So, well, in Heroes rather, and we already know that there is going to be a new Elemental Hero Fusion monster coming up relatively soon, and that's definitely going to put Heroes back on the map, so Fusion Destiny to 3 could definitely make sense. I also believe that some less relevant cards could get unbanned completely, or well, rather unlimited, such as Pot of Desires, Dynamite Knight, the True Draco monster, Time Seal, which literally sucks, Trickstar Light Stage, I mean, whatever, Wall of Revealing Light, the card absolutely is unplayable, and honestly, the list kind of goes on, but I really doubt that they're going to immediately unlimit every single one of those cards in one shot. But then again, at the end of the day, I'm literally just another human being. I can't predict the future. I'm not like Ishizu, unfortunately. The only thing that I can predict is that the Ishizu cards will be definitely tier 0 or tier 0.5 at least. Tier 0.5. That literally does not exist, but whatever, you get the point, okay? But yeah, what do you guys think about the potential ban list? Do you think we should be getting a ban list, or do you think the game is, fair, healthy, and balanced at the current moment? Do you think that, making 5 negates and then breaking the 5 negates with Dark Ruler no more, and then killing your opponent actually makes a lot of sense? Or do you think that the game should revert back to a slower, kind of more back and forth Yu-Gi-Oh that we used to have, like before 2017? I want to say 2017 is the year that kind of destroyed everything with like Zodiac, and then after that we got Spirals, and then we had, well, whatever, you get the point. But yeah, a lot of broken decks have changed Yu-Gi-Oh! It can be argued that it could be in a good way or a bad way, whatever. It really is up to personal preference at the very end of the day. So yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys very soon. Peace.